What do you do when the future is more frightening than the past? Isaiah 43 verse 18 says, "Forget the former things, do not dwell in the past, for I'm doing a new thing." But what do you do when that which you hoped for has become more terrifying than that which you ran from? When you look back at that which should be forgotten, you then realize that the old wine seemed to leave a better taste in the mouth than the new. The Hebrews cried out to Moses, "Why did you bring us out here to this horrible land your God called the promise? Did we not tell you to leave us in Egypt to serve the Egyptians?" Don't be too quick to judge the Hebrews. If you have lived long enough, you realize that sometimes it feels like freedom takes a greater toll on the oppressed than the oppressors. It feels like independence seems to hold a more vicious whip than the colonial masters themselves. I don't know why, but it pretty much seems like God is short on details. And seeing the gravity of the kind of details He leaves out, it feels like an intentional setup, like He leaves it out on purpose. It almost feels like deception. Have you ever looked at that which was promised and feel like you were deceived into accepting it? I wouldn't have if I had known the whole truth. Well, I'm sending you to a land flowing with milk and honey. Ah, that's so nice. But I think it would be nicer to also inform me that you will find giants in the land. At least, if not for anything, to prepare me for what is to come. But it's not even that for me. What is most baffling is, what are giants doing in a land that has been given to me by God? A God that was strong enough to do great things in Egypt. The only land he saw with milk and honey was the giant infested Canaan. Are there no other good lands without giants in them? Why do I have to war over a gift from God? Why do I have to cry almost every other night over something that was supposedly given to me by God? It's quite simple. It is because God is more interested in the process than He is in the promise. The land is the promise, but the giant is the process. But why does it have to be like that? It is because no one will willingly subject himself to a process unless there is a reward set before him. So the promise is the bait. David was anointed king by Samuel, but it was Goliath that crowned him king. In 1 Samuel 17 verse 26, when David asks what shall be the reward for the man that kills the giant, means that David wouldn't have faced Goliath if he didn't see it as a means to an end. You see, where others saw a giant, David saw a throne. The prophecy is the bait. Why did God not just kill the giant himself like He did in Egypt? It is because God will never give a conquered land to a defeated people. The land was a gift because it was always there for the taking. But the Hebrews had to make the transition from a defeated enslaved people into conquerors. Romans 8:37, that you are more than a conqueror, means that you are not fighting for victory. No, you are establishing the victory that has been won. It means that you are fighting for an already conquered terrain. That is the mindset that takes down the giant and obtains the promise. You are more than a conqueror. God bless you.